Thank you for coming to see us, Mr. Husband. I am Lucy Sims, and my wife is Jessica Sims and our daughter is Carrie Sims. We have been reading your blog and were impressed by your many statements on it about politics, religion and science. We were especially excited to learn that you lived only a few hundred miles away. You are literally the closest thing we have to a Unitarian Universalist evangelist.
You are most welcome, but I prefer to call myself an advocate, not an evangelist. Anyway, you and your wife say you want to create a Unitarian Universalist fellowship in this town.
Yes. Unfortunately, there are only a few people in this town that are likely to support a Unitarian Universalist church, and we don't have the money to purchase a church building. How should we proceed?
Even in the Bible, Jesus was quoted as saying, "If 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I am among them." You don't need an actual church building to have a UU fellowship. You can have meetings in a private home, in a city park, or even at a restaurant or other place of business that is willing to host your group.
We will start by having the meetings in this home, but what can we use to teach lessons?
I have brought a dozen issues of the UU World, the official magazine of the Unitarian Universalist Association. I have also brought several books from which you can draw ideas to teach lessons, or at least start discussions over. And here is a list of websites you can look up to get more ideas for lessons.
This looks exactly like what our daughter needs. But how is it possible for a single religious organization to have Christians, Jews, Muslims, atheists, Buddhists, and pagans all together? That is simply unheard of.
The Unitarian Universalist Association was formed in 1961 by the merger of 2 liberal religious groups, the American Unitarian Association and the Universalist Church of America. They were both originally Christian, but over time, Universalist ideas became acceptable to the Unitarians and vice versa. Unitarians deny the Trinity because it is irrational, and as time passed they tended to reject more and more irrational dogmas. And Universalists reject the idea that only one religion can bring salvation to people. By the 1950s, both denominations had almost the same spiritual ideals, so they joined up. Basically, UUs are humanist, meaning their faith is based on human needs, not on what a God supposedly demands of us. If individuals among UUs decide to believe in a God, that is their right and their business. It is pointless to argue about who may be right or wrong and break away from each other over issues of doctrine that cannot be settled through the gathering and analysis of empirical data.
Thanks again. I think you have given us enough resources to begin the new fellowship.